Going on. Okay, cool. All right, let me make sure I turned off the gift thing because I ain't trying to receive these. How do I turn it off? Okay. Let's see. Are gifts turned off? I hope so because I don't want to. Little time, think things over. Oh, there it goes. Comments. Okay. I want to make sure I'm muted accounts. Rankings. I don't know what that means. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to figure out the little details here. Okay, Christina. I want to make sure that gifts are turned off because I ain't trying to deal with that today. To make sure. No, I think it's off, right? Because it still allows it. Okay, I'm going to jump right off real quick, y'all, here on TikTok, and I'm going to jump back on because I got to turn off the gift stuff because I don't want the gifts coming on. So I'll be right back, okay? Be right back. All right. Now I'm back. Cool. Okay, cool. All right, there goes. Awesome. All right, sorry guys. Yeah, I don't know why it switches it back on, but hey guys on Instagram and everything. I'm just getting myself situated here. Yeah, I don't know why. Like with TikTok, I try to turn off the gifts because I don't want to deal with the gift stuff. I don't need the gifts. And people with psychics on TikTok, people have a tendency like they start sending the psychic gifts because they think that's going to get them in the line or that's going to get them read. I don't do it that way. I just read because I need to read. And so I don't really care for gifts. So I was like trying to like turn that off and it wouldn't let me turn it off during the live. So I had to go like turn it off and then start it all over again. But I think that's pretty much what I was doing. But anyways, all right guys. Hey, hello, happy Wednesday. It's time for our weekly live reading events. And so I do this every Wednesday and Friday on TikTok and on Instagram and on YouTube and on Facebook. And I think we're also on Twitter as well. So I do this on all of the different platforms. And so every Wednesday, every Friday, y'all can come in, y'all can ask me your questions. Your questions can either be life related or connecting with the spirit. If it's life related, you need to be specific with your question. Just asking for a reading or asking what I see or being too general with your question is pretty much going to be wasting your time. So you're just asking for a reading, that's wasting your time. Just ask the question you want to know. So if you want a reading and you want me to tune into a specific question about your life, what you want to know or clarity, and be specific, because people they don't even realize what that means when I say specific. Be specific. What do you see for my love life is not a specific question. Are me and Nicholas gonna get married or are we gonna break up? That's a specific question. What do you see for my future is not a specific question. Am I gonna have any major changes with my finances or any more money coming in this year than usual? That's a specific question. So that's what I'm talking about. The difference between general and specific. So vague questions, general questions, I skipped over that. So if you want to ask me your question, go ahead and ask it. And I'm going to go through the comment section. I'm going to look for questions to answer and I'll answer those for you. If you want to ask about a loved one in spirit, who do you want to connect to? And then I will try to connect to that person and bring through any information that I can to let you know that they're with you. Because some of you are going to be asking via comments. There's only so much I can share about the spirit in the comments, because there's some things that I'm receiving that I don't fully understand, and I have to run it past you so that I can be sure that I'm getting it correctly, because there's just stuff that's going to come through that I don't have the backstory to, but you may know exactly what they're referring to. So if you want to come on to be able to connect through that, I do offer video, short video reads, and I try to keep it under 10 minutes for readings on camera. So just FYI, if you want to come on video, you have to do so through Instagram or through TikTok, because those are the only two places that I can do live readings with people and bring them on. So if you're on TikTok, Xtina is my moderator on there, so she will pop in there and start to give y'all instructions on what to do or how to do this or how to do that. But if you want to be on camera, you have to request it. You have to click the multi-guest button. So at the bottom there's like a multi-guest button. So you have to request that. You might also have to turn on your setting, because some people don't have that setting set up on their thing. So if you are, hey Simran, if you are on Instagram, you have to go to the bottom, and there's a little like plus button or a little button. If you click it, it'll open it up, and you can request to be a guest, a video guest, and then I'll bring you on at some point. I like to do more psychic questions at first via comments, just because usually when I'm getting on my lives, I'm coming out of a work day with all of these appointments. So I'm usually tired, so I have to build up my energy. So then I'll start to answer more mediumship-based questions or spirit communications questions when we go through the process. So just FYI with that. I think that's it. Also, if you are on Instagram, if you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, sometimes you'll get trolls that pop in there who just want attention. So just FYI, you get people who pop in there who want to say this or who say that, and they're just wasting their time or full of shit. They need to like go do something with their lives. So just don't mind them any business. However, if you want, y'all can report them. So you can click that person's profile and report them for spam, or report them for whatever you want to report them for. Also, y'all will get trolls in there who are acting like readers, and they'll say, I've been drawn to you or whatever. Like right now there's cherry tree readings. Give me a break. Go make a name for yourself. So stop bottom feeding. I call them fleas, because they're fleas. With every person who is established psychic or who has built a name for themselves, you'll get the fleas. You'll get the people who either want to be psychics, but they are not willing to put in the work and develop their own business, or scammers who make up a profile and they go and they try to get people to pick them, and then they buy into the idea that they're being read by a real psychic, and they're not real. So right now there's a couple of scammers in there, y'all. So just FYI, like the cherry tree readings, scammer. So scammer alert. So y'all may want to block and report that profile. And there's similar like that. They always start off with, I'm drawn to you, my beloved, or I feel drawn to you, or whatever. I'm like, get a grip, girl. Get a grip, get a life, get over it. So just FYI with that. Right there, like Tanitha, send me friend request for your reading, beloved. I always use the word beloved. I don't know what their obsession is with the word beloved, but anyways. All right, so let's get started. So my statements are personal opinions, not guaranteed future events. Whatever decisions or actions you take, you are 100% responsible and liable for them. You can change your future. It's never set in stone, and I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, you should always consult with a licensed professional. Psychics do not know everything. We do not see everything. We do not have every single second of your life downloaded into our minds. So I don't know everything about you, nor do I care to know everything about you, because I got my own life to worry about. And so I only know what I can sense. And so whenever someone asks me a question, I tune in and focus in on that question, and I want to know the answer. And my brain is going to try to give me the answer. And I get my answer in three ways. Either I'm going to see visuals or symbols in my mind that I probably need to interpret. I'm going to feel emotions connected to your experiences. I'm also going to have memories come up, because my brain is going to use what I've already experienced in my life to help me relate to or understand what I'm receiving in energy form through the answer. And so my job is to figure out what the answer is and to share it with you in a way that hopefully you'll understand. Same thing with mediumship. With mediumship or spirit communication, it literally uses the same mechanisms in my brain, except I'm not asking them questions at that point. They're sharing whatever they want to share with me, and I let them kind of run the show at that point. So I just have to go with whatever they want to share, because what I may think may be important in someone's life for them to hear may be different from what they think someone needs to hear about. So just FYI with that. But it's not like I have when I'm talking to a spirit, and I call them people because they're just people without bodies, but people without bodies, I want to know PBWs, people without bodies. I guess that's the new term, PWBs or whatever like that. it's not like I can see them. It's not like they're standing right in front of me and I can see them and I can see every single detail about them. I don't hear them the way that I hear y'all, when I'm talking to y'all and having a real conversation with y'all. They don't have the ability to do that. Sometimes they can manifest and show up in someone's, show up for someone, but it takes a lot of energy for them to do that. And that's not as common as people want to think. So when I communicate with them, what they do is they essentially have access. They have permission. I've given them access to my body, my thoughts, my emotions, my memories. They have access to me. So they connect with my mind, with my energy. And then at that point, they have access to my body the way that Fernie, the spirit, has access to my body. Except I have a contract for this body, for this life, for a certain amount of time. They have permission to use it for a few moments. So they connect with me and they, at that point, have to trigger something. They have to trigger a thought, an emotion, a memory, or something within my body that I can relate to. So whenever they are trying to trigger things, sometimes they trigger numbers. If I see a number, I associate numbers with dates of significance, whether it be the day or the month it's connected to. So if I see the number 1, for me, the first of a month, any month is a date, or January, because it's the number 1, the first month. And so that's how I equate numbers. It can mean other things, but that's usually what I think it means, what I use it for. If they want to share a name with me, they can either give me their name, the name of someone that's with them in spirit, or the name of someone that's alive that they want to bring up in the conversations. I would love if they could just give me their name, because that would be the obvious. But sometimes we've already got them on the line and it's pretty established that it's them, but they want to share. They want to share who's with them in spirit. And so there's like a spirit trying to already pop into Fernie. I'm like, I'm trying to already feel like I'm choking. So they either will share their name, the name of someone that's with them in spirit, or the name of someone alive that they want to bring up in the conversation. And they're going to get me as close to it as possible. And so if the name was, let's say, Shelly, I might get Sherry or Cheryl or Shira. It's going to have that same she sounding name. So just FYI, that's pretty much how the name game goes. I'm not good with names to begin with. So just FYI, when I get a name, I latch on to it like a dog with a bone. I think that's it. I think that's all I need to tell you. Be careful of scammers. We try to put out a notification every week on my social media page, letting people know that there are people running around duplicating my page, but it's slightly different because I'm the only Fernie ESP. I only have one account. But they try to duplicate my page and they try to pretend it's me, and they try to message people or contact people or direct message, and they offer people a reading for a donation or for a charge. And then people buy into it, believe that it's actually me, and then they think they're going to get a reading. Doesn't work that way. I don't message people. I don't send out information. So I don't contact people. I work. That's it. That's all I need to do is I just work with appointments. I don't need to be doing it on my days off when I'm not working, because my brain is fried when I'm not doing this. So I take my time off. When I'm off, you won't hear from me. So that's pretty much what I'm talking. So just be aware so y'all aren't caught off guard. I love talking about myself. For those of you who are already annoyed with me, that's okay. You're going to get even more annoyed with me, so you might as well jump off here, because I will talk and I can go on and on and on forever. So just FYI, if you're easily offended, if you don't like gay people, if you don't like Mexican people, if you don't like people who are very open-minded, or if you don't like people who are just going to tell it how it is and aren't going to sugarcoat the truth, do not follow me, because you're going to hate me. So just FYI with that. All right, but that's pretty much it. I think that's it. I think that's all I need to say. Oh, just go to my website, guy. Everything you need to know about me is on my website, FernandoMarron.com. Okay? Sarah Baker's like, I'll say, same here, take those mental health days, you earn them. Yeah, people don't realize how much work this is. It is a lot of work to own your own business, having to deal with all of the business dealings of your business, a legit business. And I'm a legit business, y'all. I am an LLC and I pay a shitload in taxes. So I'm legit. Too legit to quit though. So I ain't quitting anytime soon. But all right, let's go through here. I'm not going in any particular order. I do look at everybody, by the way. I do look at Facebook. I do look at Instagram. I do look at TikTok. I do look at the YouTube and the Twitter. I don't know if I'm going to keep Twitter or not, just because I'm not a big Twitter person anyways. And if it changes too much or it's just a little too complicated for the platform, I might just jump off of there. But we'll see what happens. But okay, let me go through here. And you might see Mama Cat, she's at the window right now because she hasn't had her window time today. So she's at the window right now. So if you see something running in the background, who love to jump to conclusions. It's a spirit. It's a spirit. No, it's a cat, girl. It's a shadow of a cat. Calm the hell down. It is not that serious. Because people would be love to making stuff into something else that it isn't. NB Velasquez, do you see me having another child? I'm not thinking so. I'm not thinking there's going to be another child. Okay. Uh, I am Divine Aurora. Hi, Fernie. I met someone. Is this a good possibility? Will it become something serious? I don't feel bad about the connection. I actually think that it could turn into something more. You just need to slow your ass down because you're rushing into trying to turn this into like a lifelong relationship. You may not even like this person. Give it 3 months. And this is why I tell people, like, if you are, don't be like me. Don't be a pendejo like me. When I met my ex, we moved in 2 weeks after we met. Don't do that. That's the stupidest thing ever. Wait 3 months. When you can wait 3 months after you started seeing someone or dating somebody, then you can start to see who they really are. Because at that point, at the 3 month mark, usually people's true colors start to show and you can see who you're actually dealing with. So give it 3 months before you're really willing or wanting to commit. Because what I can see you doing is I can see you trying to date this person and getting into this turning into like a relationship. And then you might not like this person after 3 months. So, or after a few months, because you might think that they're just going to make you crazy. So just be aware, you may not actually like this person after 3 months. So you want to give it some time and take your time. But it is possible that it could turn into more. Okay? It's starting to rain. So I hear rain. I was surprised. I was shocked this morning. And I woke up and I was looking outside. I'm like, kind of feels like rain clouds today, which we don't get rain here. So, and then sure enough, it started raining. So if it starts coming through the windows, I'm gonna have to go close the window. No, mama. Step Simps 1. Will my relationship with AJ move from being casual to something more serious? I don't think so. I kind of feel like I don't feel like AJ's ready for more, and I also feel like trying to turn it into more is going to push them away, and they may just run in the opposite direction. So whatever you got going on right now might be pretty much what is possible, but I also feel like they might have fallen in love before, and that's still having an effect on their psyche, so that may be affecting them. Okay. Yes, Steph Marie. Do you still feel like I'll be in a relationship this year? This older man has popped in at work and has shown extreme interest. Actually, yeah, I want to say give it a shot, just because it might be. First of all, the experience might be useful, but also they might be a little more excited. So be prepared. Be prepared for that. But you don't want to like just get too serious right away. Kind of let them get clear about what they really want, just because I feel like two issues can come up with this person. One is either they're still involved with somebody else or involved with somebody else, and that's part of the issue, or they're still open to other connections, so you may not be the only person that they may be interested in. However, I think once they get clear on how they feel about someone and they actually want to do more, take it seriously, I do think that they get serious and they will get more monogamous. So I do think it's possible. The second thing is, when I keep thinking of this person, I keep thinking of a past relationship I had when I was 21 or 22. My boyfriend, one of my customers back at Starbucks, there was a guy that came in, super cute guy. He was an older guy. I'm into daddy guys. Sorry, I'm into the daddies, but he's an older guy. And I was just being nice. I wasn't even flirting with him. I just thought I was being nice. And I said, hey, I just want to let you know, I think I wish I look as good as you look when I get to your age. That's what I said. And he took it as flirting. And so then after that, I think I was crossing the street to go buy some stuff at the Gap on my break, or my lunch break, a few days later, and this Lexus like stopped in the middle of the street right in front of me, like literally, and then like stopped in the middle of the street while I'm crossing the middle of the street, and it was him, and he lowers the window and he's like, hey, and I was like, oh, hey, and then he was like, you know, how are you doing? And whatever. He's like trying to start a conversation in the middle of the street. And I was like, fine. Can we move this over to the side, over there to the parking lot? I'm about to get hit. And he was laughing. And then we started dating. And he's 48 years old. He was like a VP for a bank. But he was 48 years old. Super sweet guy. Actually was a really good relationship. And I think we would have actually stuck it out. But he started to form a complex around our age, where he had this idea. Don't know why, because even though I was from the hood, and back then I was still from the hood, and he was this, like, he lived in River Oaks, which, if y'all know, Houston is like a really wealthy area. He was worried that I was going to become this like dependent poor person on him, and because of the age, because I was like 20, 21 or 22 and he was like 48, which was a great relationship. But I was like, no, I was like, I never asked you for a damn dime. I have never asked you for any money or a damn dime. If you want to go and do stuff, obviously you make more money than I. So the assumption is that if you're going to pick something that's a costly thing, knowing that I work as a barista at Starbucks, you're probably going to have to flip that check, because obviously I'm not earning that. And I'm still figuring myself out in life. So you just need to be aware of the reality of our situation. But today I've achieved a lot more in my life. And like, years later, he would like apologize. Like, I'm so sorry, that I broke it off over the stupidest thing. I'm like, yeah, you broke it off over the stupidest thing because it could have worked, but that was on you, and that's your lesson to learn. So you might run into a similar issue with this guy where he might just come across in a way where he's, I wouldn't say talking down or making you feel like you're less than, but just be aware there might be like a little bit of that mixed in there as well. Okay. Sorry, I know that went on, but it was like a life lesson to that. Let me jump over to this other. All right, going over to TikTokers. All right, let me see. Callie Rose, do you see a relationship coming my way soon? Thanks for your energy. Not immediately. I think it's going to take a while. I want to say 17 months. It's about 17 months or so. You might be in a relationship. That's the person you'll probably end up marrying or getting married with, because I'm seeing like it moving fairly quickly. Like at that, when you meet this person, it almost feels like within a year you're already engaged or possibly married. So it may move extremely fast. So be prepared for that. Okay. I don't feel bad about it though. It actually feels like a really good connection. Remy, will I get pregnant this year? Yeah, you might actually, because I'm seeing baby energy around August or September. So keep trying, because you might actually be able to do it by August or September of this year. Anything from my guides? Guys, that's a general question. You need to be more specific. Miriam, is Sam truthful with me, and when is he coming home from Gaza? I don't feel like he's being 100% truthful, but I also think to some extent he might not be able to be truthful, because sometimes when people don't even know themselves, they kind of just say things. And so I think that he might just be telling you what you want to hear at this point, and he may not actually be 100% clear on his situation. I do think, however, some of your fears about him being away have been validated, so you might need to pay attention to that about him being away from you. But as far as like when is he coming home from Gaza, I do think that this might be, I think this is going to be a while. I see the number 2 in my mind. I don't think it means 2 months. So I'm kind of leaning towards this possibly being like by the end of next year or early 2024. Like this is a long time that I'm thinking. There might be a visit before then, but I wouldn't say it's coming home. If I am misinterpreting, then it's just 2 months, but I don't think it is. I'm not thinking it's that early, that soon. Ariana, will me and Ryan S get back together? I think y'all would talk again. I don't think y'all are going to get back together. Bree, is my dad okay? He passed away 2 years ago. Yeah, he's doing this, so he's making the symbol for baby. I kind of feel like he's trying to acknowledge either that there's a baby that was. Normally, when I see that symbol, it's like it can mean a couple of things. The first thing that I was thinking it meant is that either there's a announcement and a baby's on its way, or there's been a baby born since his passing that he's trying to acknowledge. If it's not that, then there's a baby with him in spirit that was miscarried, lost, or terminated that he's trying to make you aware of or let you know about. He also keeps showing me a double letter. I don't know what the double letter means. Like, in other words, when I see a double letter, like when I see JJ or FF, like it's almost like I'm seeing a double letter, and I feel like I'm seeing it stitched on like fabric. So I don't know if you have a piece of clothing or fabric that's connected, that's got like a double letter stitch that's connected to him, or there's something like that that he's making reference to. He also makes me feel, thank you. I kind of feel like what might have ended up happening, or what might have been a contributing factor to his passing, might have been a condition that was triggering some issues in his brain, or triggering some issues with his neurological system, because I'm almost feeling like something's a little bit off, or something's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I feel like something might have been a contributing factor, and then I also think his heart might have also been a contributing factor as well. Okay. Farn, will I get into optometry school soon? I feel like it might take about 7 months before you get in. So it might take about 7 months from now. Okay. 7 months would be what, the beginning of the year, right? Like, so May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So it's 8 months. Let's say you'll get in 7 months, and then you start in the new year. So I'm going to say you start in the new year. Rosie, do I have an intuitive spiritual gift? No, no one has spiritual gifts. Everyone has the same spiritual abilities. So this is not a gift, this is a skill. Some people are born more sensitive, but everybody has the ability to develop this. So it's not a spiritual gift, doesn't make any of us special, doesn't make any of us more important, doesn't make any one of us more worth it than the others. It's not a gift, it's a skill. So I have like a pet peeve with people calling it a gift, because at that point it elevates us above other people. It's a skill, okay? And yes, you do have psychic skills. We all do. Yeah, Courtney, what business or job should I start from home with kids? I can't tell you what to do, because it's not my problem to tell you what to do. You decide what you should do. I have enough deciding what I should do. What I think you're going to get into, 'cause that's the question, because I had to reword your question. So what I actually see you doing, I feel like you're going to go through two separate phases. I do think that at some point you are going to get a credential or certification that actually allows you to do work with kids. So at some point you might do something like that. However, you might not end up using it, or you might just only use it sparingly, because at some point I do see you being something like an assistant, or like an executive assistant, or like an assistant, but you'll be doing it from home, because it feels like it's remote work. So it's something like an assistant or like a coordinator from home. Okay. And that may come up. I don't think that's coming up right away, by the way. So don't be waiting a week thinking it's going to show up. This might not happen until early next year. Okay. Kels, will I find new love and get married, or will my ex come back? Your ex will try to come back, or there might be an opportunity to reconnect. I don't feel that it's going to go anywhere. It's the same BS all over again. What I think is going to happen, I think you're going to end up in a new relationship in about 3.5 years. So it's going to take a while. So just don't don't send me death threats. It's going to take about 3.5, almost 4 years. I do think that you will get into a new relationship. The person's name, Jer or Ger sounding. I actually think you meet them through a friend or through someone that you know. They're going to be wearing a lot of green when you see them, so that's how you'll know this is them. Green light, I guess. But they're going to be wearing a lot of green. I don't know why they're wearing a lot of green when you meet them, but they're wearing a lot of green. So unless it's like St. Patrick's Day, or they're in a costume or in like a uniform, but there's a lot of green that they'll be wearing when you meet them. Okay, and I think, like I said, 3.5, 4 years from now, and I think that's the person you'll probably end up marrying. Let's go over here. Kamal. Hi, Fernie. Do you think I'll find a medical director for my skincare business or potential employees in the future? I'm not thinking you're going to find a medical director. You may not even go that route with it. And I feel like what may end up happening is that you might actually just end up going with I want to say you're going to go with like a distribution, like a company that actually just produces the product and have their own in-house, not directors, but in-house like project managers or coordinators. So I feel like you'll end up just outsourcing and having a company do a lot of that work for you, and you'll just have to check with the quality like every now and then. But it doesn't feel like it's going to be a bad thing, because I feel like the way you're going to try to go about it may may reduce your bottom dollar. Well, it's going to increase your bottom dollar, and it's also going to be harder to go that route. And so I think you might rework the plan that you have altogether. I also think you're going to get some advice from someone who's already done this, and might lay out a process of how you can do it as well. So this might take about 8 months, by the way, because I feel like it's going to be an 8-month process. Yeah, Stephanie Palladino. Hi, Franny. My grandma passed last week. Does she have a message for me? Yeah. I want to say there might be an image of her. There might be an image of her. I'm looking at the wrong camera. There might be an image of her where she's like this, and like I don't know if it's like on a stair, on like stairs, or if it's like on the top of a table or something. But she's like this, and her head's like resting on her like hand. So there might be a picture of her like that because she's showing me this image. She's walking or she's moving around for me. So either there were some difficulties with her being able to walk, or there were some issues with her legs, but she's like wanting to show me that she can get up, and she's almost dancing. So she's trying to show me this dancing vibe. She's like having a lot of fun because she's giving me this whole fun vibe. Like I want to have a lot of fun. So she's coming across in this way. She also keeps showing me the number 2. So the second of a month, of the month of February may be connected. She also keeps acknowledging a thing in the hair. So I don't know if she made something that goes in your hair and you have it, or if you have something that you put in your hair that you associate with her. But I want to put something in your hair as well because she's putting something in the hair, almost like it's decorative, or almost like it's like got that personalized touch to it. Okay, she's okay. She's with you, sweetheart. Dragonflies might be a symbol from her, so look out for the dragonflies. Linky Kong Kong. Hi, Franny. Is there a girl I get with anytime soon? Yeah, actually, you might meet somebody or get into a relationship with someone in about 2 months. So it might take a couple of months before you meet somebody. Person's name starts with an M. M-I. Okay? M-I, like Michelle. Like M-I. Me or Michelle or M-I. Suzanne. Hi, precious one. Do you think I'll need to go back to the hospital, or do you think I'll be okay? Pain is barbaric. I feel like you're gonna end up going back to the doctor, because I feel like they're gonna end up giving you like a steroid injection, to reduce some of the inflammation and to kind of help with your immune system as well, because you might have to go on more antibiotics. So I feel like you might end up having to go to the doctor again. I feel like you will go back to the doctor. Okay. Tiffany Cardenas. Hey, Franny. I'm considering a job change and going out west. Do you see this happening for me, or do you see me staying where I am? Thank you for all that you do. Yeah, I actually think you might end up going out west or moving out west, but you might end up moving twice, though, because I feel like the first one might be either California or Arizona, and then the second move might be closer to like Nevada, because I keep seeing Nevada in my head as well. So there might be 2 moves that potentially come up for you. I don't feel bad about the opportunities or about the jobs. It's just the process of making the changes. It's gonna feel a little overwhelming, but I also think that you're gonna probably have it out with your family too, because they may not want you to relocate, or you might just get some pushback from them about the situation. So just FYI with that. Okay. Also, this may start in July. Sarah. Do you see me moving out of this relationship? Yeah, you may go back and forth. So this may not be like a clean break type of situation. This might be like this back and forth before you actually just you're done. You're done. I also think this might be something that doesn't happen right away and might not end up happening until like maybe early 2023. So by early 2023, there might be a change with the relationship. Okay. Natalie Lopez. Fernie, I know this is silly, but a few years ago I lost a necklace. Well, I couldn't remember pawning it. I'm 90% sure I didn't. I keep having dreams and I'm wearing it in my dreams. Any correlation with that? Yeah, I'm not thinking you pawned it either or that it just disappeared. I actually think that you might have misplaced it or you just forgot where you put it. When I asked myself where this might be, what first I saw was sometimes when I go on a trip, I have my little like bag that I take with me that I put it like all my toothbrush and all that other stuff in there. And sometimes I'll put random stuff in there. I think once I put these glasses in there and I couldn't find them for the life of me. And then I found them in the little baggie. So I kind of feel like there's something like that. You might have put the necklace in and just completely forgot to take it out when you had gotten back. And I want to say this either, if it went missing right before the pandemic, then it would make sense that you've been missing for a few years because most people haven't traveled much for the last couple of years. So I would look at any bags like that might be smaller bags or pocket type bags, so like smaller items that one would take when they go traveling or that would have all their toiletries. Check in something like that if you have something like that, because I feel like it might be connected to something like that and you might be able to find it. Okay. I've actually found stuff like that before. It was really cool. Like when it happens like that, it doesn't happen every single time. Sometimes it just isn't. I'm wrong, but like there was one lady and I said, I keep seeing it like on the top of a shelf, and I almost feel like it just accidentally falls off the shelf into a shoe, and it's inside of a shoe. Well, lo and behold, she found it inside of a shoe next to the shelf. So I was like, what? So it's like it's funny when I'm able to do it because I try, I try for sure. Liz J. Will I be in a relationship with Alex? I don't think so. I'm not thinking that they're ready or available. So I'm not thinking there's going to be a relationship with Alex. Okay. Um, doesn't mean you can't have fun. Just don't bet on a relationship. Just enjoy yourself. Don't let it be anything other than it needs to be. Okay. Than it needs to be. Okay. Let me switch over. Switch back over to Insta. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's see. Tony Thompson. Hi, Franny. I'm sending my son's resume in for a job. When will he get a new job? I feel like two things. One is he may not be doing the very best to leave a good impression or leave an impression of like I guess you could say like excitement. So he might need to work on that because he might just get too nervous sometimes. I do feel there will be a new job opportunity that comes up for him, but this may not be for about 2.5 months. I'm not thinking it's connected to the resume you're sending. I actually think it might be through a friend that you have that knows of an opening with another company or another organization, and then you're able to kind of get him a spot with this other company or organization. But I feel like it's going to be something like that, where you might actually make that possible for him. But I feel like this is in about 2.5 months. Okay. It was your dad. Cha cha for me. I felt someone kiss my forehead 2 times while I was asleep in the morning. Was it my dad or just my imagination? I do believe it was. I do believe it was your dad. All right, I'm bringing somebody on. We're getting to that point, right? Getting to that point. Oh, unable to join. Okay, let's try another person. People requesting, but that one person wasn't able to join. Let's see.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. I just got out of work. I was like, maybe I'll get lucky. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I did it. You did it. You did it. Awesome.
Yay.
What would
Yeah.
you want to do, Mama?
Well, I've been wanting to know more about if you have any insight on my health, like my mental and physical health has
Mhm.
played a toll since like 2016. And
Yeah.
I've been dealing with that, struggling with that. So I'm just,
Yeah.
you know,
Question. When this started up, did you have an infection that you had to take antibiotics for that year or around that time?
yes,
Because I feel like it all started off with the
a
antibiotics.
stomach.
Yeah, some people with antibiotics, what ends up happening off some of the positive or the good stuff in your system that helps to kind of stabilize things. So I feel like it kind of threw your system out of whack and your system's just been trying to reboot and it's not able to do so. But I also think that sugar is not the best thing for you because I feel like your body just has a tendency of doing too much with sugar where it just messes with everything in your system as well. So you might need to be careful because you might be pre-diabetic if you're not already diabetic.
I am pre-diabetic, but that's because of the PCOS and the insulin resistance, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like a combination of, what happened with the antibiotics, it
And the
jacked up,
anxiety.
yeah, it triggered a lot of things to happen. Your digestive system was thrown out of whack. So you might need to look into digestive enzymes. And then you might need to go and see what kind of doctors have you gone to yet? Because I'm thinking of a
Awesome.
gynecologist.
Yes, I went to, well, I've done the gyno because of the PCOS and they suspect endometriosis.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy you say that. Well, not crazy, it's believable, of course, you would know that. I just started gut healing and it's been helping also. So,
Good. You're headed in the right direction. You're headed in the right direction.
yeah.
Still may need to get your hormones checked though with an endocrinologist just to make sure that anything that you can do to kind of stabilize, because the gut health is one thing, but then these glands and the endocrine system really helps to reinforce what's going on in the digestive system. So they kind of work hand in hand in a way. And if the endocrine system is struggling but the gut is doing okay, you might need to kind of hit the endocrine system as well.
Got it. One of the other things that's like always, thank you for that.
Mhm.
That's always like on my mind for these past 2 years have been the struggle of the question of like, oh, what's my purpose? What's my place in this world? And then wanting to do um like some self-healing and some like helping others with the same things I've struggled with the anxiety and whatnot and learning more about acupuncture. I was thinking of like going in to learn acupuncture, which is way out of my field. I mean, I did business administration. I'm an account manager, has nothing to do with it. But it's been so interesting and I felt really passionate about it. But I've always been wondering, like, I don't know if there's any insight on that, just kind of like if that should be a
Part of the reason why you've gone through this whole ordeal was to get you to question everything. And so
mm-hmm.
what you're supposed to be thinking about and considering is working. This is what you're supposed to be focusing on. So my feeling is that you're headed in the right direction and what's supposed to be happening right now is. However, there's a level of nutrition that you're going to go into as well. As I can see you getting a certification for nutrition also. So I
Oh
feel like
wow.
with two separate types of jobs, I do think you're going to leave the accounting / business world in a way and
Uh-huh.
end up going over into being a nutritionist at a hospital or for a clinical organization, and then also doing alternative forms of healing like Reiki and so forth on the side, and doing both simultaneously. So I'm going to be doing both of these, and you'll get what you need from both of them.
Yeah, I'm shooting for holistic.
Yeah.
Um, Thank you. Can I ask one more thing? Last
Yeah. Yeah.
thing.
Set it out.
Thanks. My grandma recently passed away, and I'm talking about a month. And Dad
Do
said
you
she
know if she was having any issues with her nerves or controlling her hands, or if there was something going on with her muscles and her hands kind of starting to curl in?
Yeah, her toes, her hands, the arthritis, just a lot.
Of this, she's wanting to make sure she feels free, like she actually feels like she can like be alive, but in sport. But she's doing this. She also is a thank you. Apologize for the timing of her passing. Did she pass on someone's birthday or within a few days of someone's birthday or special date?
She passed on my wife's and I month like anniversary. I don't on the 18th. I don't know
You said monthly
that.
anniversary? No, I'm thinking this is more like a birthday or like a yearly anniversary or a death date. But it's almost like either there was a holiday right around the time she passed, or it was somebody's birthday. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Within the week that she passed, so it would have been right around that time frame.
I would have to check with Dad because that's all I can think of on
That,
my side.
you asked, they'll be able to validate. He'll be able to validate. But she showed me within that week there was like a date because she should no. I almost want to say it's on the day she passed. She shares that date with
Yeah,
somebody, but it's like somebody else's birthday. Like, oh, I was born on the 5th and she died on the 5th. Like, it's almost like it's like a day. The actual day is what I'm thinking of. So that's
yeah, like
yeah.
she passed away on the 18th, and that's my wife's and I like. But I don't know if that's it. Yeah, it
I
might not. I'll have to ask Dad.
like I forget when my birthday is, so I would say I mean it's possible, but I think I would still ask that because there might be another date that she's trying to make reference to. She's also shown me the month of September. Do you know if the 9th or September is also connected?
No.
And she's showing me the Cinderella picture. Okay. So, do you know if there was a marriage anniversary or a wedding picture on November or on the 9th of a month? Or if there's a picture of her where she kind of looks all dolled up like Cinderella. And
Yes,
okay.
with the big dress.
It's like a Cinderella dress. Like it's a big dress.
Yes,
Got it. So you
yes,
have a picture of the Cinderella, okay, because that's the Cinderella picture. Then September or the 9th may also be connected. Either birthday, death day, anniversary day. Just you'll ask your dad because you're probably not gonna remember, but just ask.
yeah.
Okay. There's a Sophia or Sophie name also connected. So did you know there's a Sophia or a Sophia or Sophie name connected to either you or your wife?
Sophia. Um, I can only think of. Oh, I had a friend Sophia, and I have a cousin Sophia, but that's all I can think of. Sophia. She was very close. She, we didn't have that like big relationship as much as I would have liked to. We didn't really have it, but it hit my dad hard. So I'm gonna go back with my dad and consult with
Okay.
him. I'm sure he'll be able to help.
So either there's a person in spirit named Sophia with her that she's trying to make reference to, um, or there's a person that's pregnant and there's a Sophia connection to them. Because I keep wanting to apply the Sophia and I keep thinking of a baby. I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
Together. So there's a point of reference there. So
I'll try to connect the puzzles.
check with your dad. This is with you, sweetheart. The butterfly is a sign from her, by the way. So you'll have those butterflies coming around.
Oh wow.
Okay?
I just saw one today too. I
That's,
was like, what?
that's her. You saw one today. That was her. So, all right, Mama. Well, you take
Wow.
off and you get yourself taken care of.
Thank you, Fernie.
You're welcome, baby.
I sure will. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. Let's see. Going over to another person, and then I'll jump over to TikTok, y'all, because I know how y'all are on TikTok. People on TikTok, y'all don't have no attention span. You're like, it's been 30 seconds for you. Like 30 seconds. I ain't no damn robot. Like, I mean, y'all, calm the hell down. Calm the hell down. Here we go. I owed her one because I tried her last week and she had to go pee because she had the worst pee moment ever. So, hello.
Hi.
You did it. You did it. Did you empty out your bowels and everything before you got on here today?
I almost went peeing. You're not gonna believe it. I was like, I have to hold
You
on.
almost you did. You're like, I knew it.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you want to ask me about?
I wanted to ask because I don't know, my grandmother's been on my mind lately.
Mm-hmm.
A
So
lot of people have been on my mind.
the first thing, yeah, she's passed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I keep seeing Selena and Como La Flor. Do you know if there's a reference to either a name like Selena like Sylvia or Celia or it's like a name like that. And then do you also know if there's a reference to a rose tree or rose decorations that are on like stuff?
Um, I have a cousin with the middle name Rose.
That's not it. No, this is like old fashioned, like when someone makes a pillow and there's like all these little like brocaded little rosettes on like a piece of fabric or pillow, and it goes in like a square.
Oh, um, my great grandmother, she made blankets and it was in that pattern.
Okay, so let's assume your great grandmother. I'm assuming she's passed, right?
Correct.
Let's assume this is her first trying to make a presence known, and then
Hmm.
acknowledging that name. Do you know if Celia or Sylvia or it's got a Selena sounding to it?
Not Cindy, or
It could be Cindy. No, it could be a Cindy.
that's my mom.
That's your mom? Okay. So
Yeah.
you're okay. So what's happening is I'm pretty sure grandma's on the line, but then we've got the great grandmother who wants to make her presence known because either she might have just been that kind of personality or she's a little bit pushy. So she's probably trying to
Yeah.
make it known. Grandma,
Um,
your grandma, your mom's mom, do you know if they're do you know if she was having thyroid issues before she passed away? Or issues in her throat?
she passed from COPD, so she had trouble breathing.
Okay, because what I was seeing is a restriction. I don't know if you saw me right when I got on. I felt like I was choking and I had to catch myself for a second because I felt like my throat was closing up. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking her trying to get my attention, and she was trying to let me know that she was present and closing up my throat and making me feel this like lack of oxygen or like I couldn't like swallow.
Oh,
And so she's making me feel this way. Do you know at
yeah.
some point they also had to give her like oxygen or she had to be on oxygen for a bit?
She had to be on oxygen a lot.
Okay. Do you also know there was blood sugar issues that were affecting her also, or she had to be careful because of a diabetic thing?
She wasn't diabetic, no, but she just had always like what is it? The thing that like, helps her breathe at night.
No, this would be blood sugar. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm all trying to say that or it's her. It's possible the blood sugar could be connected to the great grandmother because she's still present. But
Mhm.
here's what I'm going to say. When you said no, I re-asked the question. Like, okay, she said no, so clarify. What she showed me was this bacteria in her body that was starting to get worse or like starting to like, it was almost like, it's going to sound gross. It's almost like fluid or pus that starts to like build up in the system. Do you know before she passed if she was having some really weird bacteria growth in her system where she was starting to have fluid retention?
Mm, I think she had like fluid in her lungs, maybe
Okay.
before she passed. Maybe that could have been it.
Because it's almost like if I take in sugar, it's going to sound weird. I don't know about anatomy to be able, that's why I downloaded an anatomy program today because I'm like, I need to learn more so I can be more specific.
Yeah.
But what I was seeing, it's almost like if I give you sugar, the sugar will make this worse and will increase this bacteria or this fluid in your body. So there's something about that she's making reference to. So you might
Okay.
ask your mom because even though
Yeah.
that's been the cause of death, it might have been something that was happening right around that time where she wasn't supposed to take in a lot of sugar related stuff because it would have increased the fluid or the inflammation that would have been affected.
Okay.
Again, I don't know enough about anatomy to know, but this is the way she's
Yeah.
trying to explain it to me. But that's why I was thinking this was like a blood sugar thing that she's having to be careful about, or she's having to control around that time frame when she was having this happen.
Okay.
She also is acknowledging a ring. Do you know if you have a ring that's connected to her, or y'all have the ring that's connected to her?
I think my mom has, or somebody has, her wedding ring.
Okay. Do you know if it has like if it had 3 or 4 little stones in it?
I know I gave her a little ring that had like three, like like a ruby
Yeah,
ring.
yeah, that's what I was seeing because I was seeing a red one too. So I just didn't say red, but I was seeing a ring with 3 or 4 little stones. So if you saw,
Mhm.
okay, do you know if I don't know if you still have it, but do you know if one of the stones went missing?
I don't think so. No,
Do you still have the ring, or do y'all still have the ring?
I think so. It's somewhere.
Go check the ring because there might be a stone that's coming off, or one of the sides is starting to peel away or bend away,
Okay.
and might lose a ruby. So you don't want to lose that. But she's just letting you know.
Okay.
So, but just
Okay.
Ring, okay. She
Yeah.
also is, do you know if she was a seamstress when she was younger? Or she worked where they would sew things or make things? Almost like whenever I'm taking someone's measurements and I'm sewing it or making the corrections.
My great grandmother was a seamstress. She used to make my mom all her clothes. I
Do you know
remember.
if someone in the family owned a place where they would do this?
Not to my knowledge,
Okay.
no.
There's a person there with them who's a male who owned a business and he's tied to the family. So I want to say someone in the family owned a either an alterations business or they did alterations and it was a business. But there was a male
Okay.
connected. Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. It's a
I'll have
lot
to
to
ask.
mom.
It is.
Do you also know if there is a reference to if there's also we're in the month of April. Do you know if April, the month of April is significant or the fourth of a month is connected?
A fourth. Not to my
So
knowledge,
there
no.
it's either the date of significance is in the month of April, birthday, death date, anniversary date, or the fourth of a month is connected.
My dad's mom, she passed in April, I believe the 29th.
Okay. She have a stroke,
And
issues with her nerves
um
before she passed?
no, but she was a diabetic actually.
Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. There's something to because I'm like, what may be happening is they're trying to cross over. I still want to make sure you ask about the specific people. It's separating your head
Yes.
because sometimes they'll come in at the same time, and I'm just like, y'all need to stop with that. But just FYI, there might be overlap, but I would still check with mom just to make sure.
Okay.
And is the Marie or the Martha connected to them?
Marie? My middle name's Marie. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Gracias. Sorry. My middle name's Marie. My mom's middle name's Marie. I think
Got it.
that's
So there might be another Marie then. So just FYI. Now
okay.
they're trying to get your mom's attention, but it could also
Mhm.
be another Marie, and they're just trying to tie it all in. Tie.
Okay.
There's a baby. They're holding a baby, but the baby's not born yet. Is someone trying to get pregnant or have a baby?
Mm, I was trying, but not anymore.
Are you still open to it?
Well, I'm not with that person anymore, so
Don't matter. Don't. I mean, that,
eventually.
that person ain't the only person with the parts necessary. So
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
they're holding a baby. So either there's a
Okay.
come in, or there's about to be an announcement coming in, or someone's
Okay.
pregnant. They're holding it as if they're excited about a baby coming in. So I want to say that the baby in, or someone just is pregnant right now in the family.
Okay.
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 All right, sweetheart.
All right.
Feathers are your grandmother's sign too, so you look out for the white feathers or the feathers.
Okay. Will
Okay.
do.
All right,
Well,
baby.
thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. I'll take that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good one.
You too. And when you find out about it, come back and post in the comment section so that way people can be updated on what was going on there. let me switch TikTok before they kill me. They already sent me death threats. I'm already getting death threats from the TikTokers. Let me say, plus, and then plus. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I'm back here. So let me go over here. Kendra, what should I look into for work? You might get into, I can't tell you what to do because you got to decide what you want to do. But I keep seeing accounting or analysis work with numbers. So I feel like it's going to have something to do with that. Okay. Let me go over to the videos here because I haven't done any TikTok videos yet. All right.
Doing good. How do I turn on my camera?
Yeah, so it's the multi-guest button. So if you look at the bottom, there's like a multi, and if you click that, it should open there. You got it. You got it. Awesome.
I am so excited. You have no idea. I gotta like calm it down.
Awesome. Well, hi, Mama. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I was wondering if I could connect with somebody, my mom.
Sure. Yeah, you want to connect with mom. There's two mother figures, actually. Is there another female who also acted like a mother figure or was like a mother to you who's passed?
I'm just gonna cry and lose it. Yeah.
That's okay. Okay, because there's two of them. So I would say there's
Yeah,
two
that's
mother
her. That's
energy.
her mom.
Okay, got
That's
it. Did she help to raise you, or did she raise you too?
yeah. While my mom went to work, like my grandma would be at the home.
Okay, that was it. Yeah. So yeah. So both of them are together. So just FYI, mom, the first thing she's doing, she's covering her mouth. Were you not there when she actually passed away, or did you not get your chance to say goodbye?
So I was there.
Okay.
I was there.
So here's what I'm gonna say. She's covering her mouth. So for me, when I see that, the first thing I think about is didn't get a chance to say goodbye. The second thing that I think about is that either I couldn't speak or I didn't share some things with you that I was dealing with. So do you know if mom was
Yeah.
holding back some information or some things about what was going on with her?
Yeah. So yeah, there was a few like right before she passed, like she wasn't really able to talk. And I think that we wanted her to open up more because we knew, but we didn't want to push it. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, because the way I almost feel like she already knew she was a goner. I almost feel like she knew she was a goner, but she didn't want to
Yep.
say it or even own it because she was scared.
Right.
And she makes me feel like she was just scared because she didn't know what to expect and she wasn't sure what to be prepared for. But I almost feel like someone gave her a final analysis or final diagnosis and said, there's just nothing we can do for you. She also keeps acknowledging going through two treatment plans or two different diagnoses. Do you know there was two different treatment plans or diagnoses she was having to deal with?
Yes. So originally she was diagnosed with lung cancer, and then it developed to lepios-meningeal, which is where it goes in the brain fluid.
Got it. She also keeps acknowledging. Well, I won't forget what I said. What I was thinking about. At one point, did y'all have to stop? Did she have to stop treatment because she had gotten sick and she needed to go on antibiotics to help her with the illness or with the infection? Because it's almost like I'm in the middle of going through treatment, trying to, and then I have to actually delay it, or I stop it for a minute to deal with this other issue. Then I go back onto it.
There were so many moments where we had to delay, like certain.
Because it's almost like the delaying just added on to this just becoming more aggressive in her system. And it was like, how many issues am I going to be fighting at the same time? Because she's making me feel this way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Constantly. I'm always something.
The issue, this being in her lungs, or this issue being, thank you, this being issue in her lungs, it's almost awkward that it would have happened in her lungs, even though, I mean, I could understand it, but it doesn't feel like it should have even started in her lungs. Do you know if she wasn't a smoker or she hadn't smoked enough to even, for this to be the issue?
So she was a smoker, but cancer was heavily in the family. And the way that we found it was a tumor in her brain.
Okay.
So it was lung cancer, but it had metastasized there. So maybe that's, I don't know.
That's not it. There's something else to it that she's telling me that I'm missing. Did they actually screen her lungs like a year or two prior and there was nothing there, or there was nothing? It almost like it showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did show up out of nowhere. It did show up out of nowhere. She was constantly, she was actually going to get her lungs checked. Then COVID happened and took that.
Here's what I think. I think that something might have happened because it almost feels like from one year to another, it's like something just completely triggered in her system. And it almost like her immune system was like, it was like shut down, and this allowed this to start to show up, but it wasn't there before. So it's almost like if I go 1 year to get something checked or everything sounds okay, but then like a year later, in between that time, either I had to go on antibiotics or I had to do something, and it shut down my immune system and allowed this to progress. And then, to get treated.
She had arthritis, and she was on medication for her arthritis that lowered her immune system.
That's it. Does that make sense? Because what I feel is that I almost feel like the cancer really wasn't there. And then I feel like it was a weird thing. I don't feel like, she had cancer in her lungs for years. I almost feel like it wasn't there. And then she had to go on medication or had to take something that reduced her immune system. It allowed this to progress into, and the cells allowed, and then it became cancer after the medication. So it's almost like the immune system dropping is what triggered this to start to spiral. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
That is.
Because that's how she's making me feel. Do you know if there's a Glinda or Linda or Melinda sounding name connection?
Brenda?
Could be Brenda. That would fit.
Brenda.
Who is that?
That is her sister.
Okay, she's probably just acknowledging her sister or saying hello. Her sister's still alive?
Yes.
She's just acknowledging her sister or saying hello to her sister. I just saw birthday balloons. Did they just celebrate something, or is there a birthday right around now?
My sister just celebrated her birthday April 16th.
Okay. There's another one. So if your sister celebrated, she's giving me a thumbs up, but there's another one. So if you ask your sister, she might be able to confirm that other birthday as well, because it would be right around now also. That's actually 3 dates within this time frame. So 30 days forwards or backwards, there's 3 dates right around this time. So she's acknowledging 3 days of significance. She's drawing on my skin twice. You know, there are 2 tattoos, or there's 2 pieces of art on the skin that are connected to her.
My tattoos.
Do you have 2 connected to her? No, it's fine.
I have just 2 that she liked, that she always said that she
got it, because she's acknowledging these 2 tattoos. She also keeps talking about it being connecting them. Why would I connect them? Is there a way to connect them, or had you thought about connecting the 2 tattoos or having them connected?
So I was thinking about getting a tattoo for her, connecting to her, but yeah, I don't know if they like connect.
There's something else. No, I would say there's something else, because she showed me 2, and then she connected them almost like when I'm looking at like an infinity symbol or 2 links that connect together. There's something like that she was trying to acknowledge or make reference to with the tattoos. So she said 2 and then connected these 2 in some way. So just FYI with that. Or unless that was the other one I was trying to remember, because she was showing me 2 earlier as a date, and I was trying to figure that out too. There's also a date reference. So the tattoo might correlate with the date of 2. Do you know the 2nd of a month or February is connected?
To the tattoo?
Either to the tattoo or to your mom.
So February, my mom's birthday is in February.
Okay, so she's acknowledging the 2. Got it.
Yeah, and also on my tattoo, it's dice, and it's a 1 and a 2. So I don't know.
Got it. Okay, got it. Makes sense to me. So just FYI. So she's just acknowledging the 2 correlation, because I saw that right now when you were mentioning that, and I was like, wait, she was talking about the 2 earlier, and I totally forgot, because I was going to come back to that, because there's too many things in my head.
Right.
Mr. Potato Head. Do you know if there's a funny Mr. Potato Head joke, or there's like the only thing I can think of Mr. Potato Head is when I was growing up and I had a Mr. Potato Head, or like the characters from Toy Story. Do you know if there's a funny Mr. Potato Head story or joke or like thing?
So I used to say that I look like a potato, and she would be like, "Oh my God, shut up!" Like, so there's that, but then. Oh, Mr. Potato Head, maybe my dad, maybe they had some inside thing that I just don't know.
You used to say to your mom, you look like a potato?
Yeah.
And she said, stop that?
And she was like, no, you don't. Like, shut up. Like,
How often did you do? Was that like just a one-time thing, or you would do that
was
all
like
the
a
time?
thing for a while. Like, I always have these little like.
Yeah, she's calling you Miss Potato Head. So she's calling you Potato Head. So that's what she's doing. So she's messing with you. Yeah, because I was like, this can't be like a one-time thing. This has to be like an ongoing thing. Okay, right. So she's referring to you as the Miss Potato Head. So that's what she's acknowledging. She kicked your bed or punched your bed frame. So you might have been asleep and felt some weird shake or some weird like whack. Yeah. That was her. She was trying to get your attention. So she was trying to get your attention. You sleep too much, she says. So sometimes you will like go on too long. She's like, you need to get your ass up. So she's just like acknowledging that. You need to get up. She's showing me like being in a hair salon. Did she know how to do hair?
No, she didn't. She did
a
little bit, but she was always had her hair done, curled.
Mm-mm. That's not it. Nope, that's not it. Do you have a lock of her hair?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I was like, what is she going with this? So because I was like, she was brushing the hair, and she was showing me, because I have a lock of my aunt's hair. So she was brushing the hair, and I was like, why is she brushing the hair? Like, there's something important about the hair. Like, it's got to be something direct. It was like a hairstylist, or there's a lock of hair, which makes sense. So she just knows. She knows that you have the lock of her hair. She's with you, sweetheart. Camilla or Camille or Camilla or
can I say if I think I know it? I just don't want to throw you off.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it. Go. Camille, because I was seeing Camilla the Royals, and I was trying to figure out where she's going. Cammy. You know if there's a name like that that's connected?
Casey.
Okay. Who is that?
That's my sister.
Okay. She's just acknowledging your sister. So she wants to say hello to your sister. She also, thank you. Did your sister write her a letter?
I don't. I don't know. I write poems for her
Okay.
every
I think
so
she might be acknowledging. It's possible she's acknowledging your stuff, but it. Well, thank you. She's still confirming what I was thinking about, which is your sister might have actually written a letter to her and like said it or done it in a way where it's like honoring her in her own way, but she also acknowledging a dedicated poem for her. So do you actually have a dedicated poem that actually either is her name or mother or mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows. She
Book,
knows.
yeah.
Yeah, she's with you, sweetheart. She's okay.
I one more
Hmm.
question really quick.
Yeah.
Um so number one, whenever she was passing over, could she hear my dad, me and my sister kind of like showering her with that love? Did that bring her comfort or was she
Yeah.
still kind of terrified?
Um, Asking her to give me something to add to that because sometimes when people say, were they doing this?" But they give me the answer, I'm like, I don't just want to say yes. I want something
Right.
to add to that to be able to share more about it. The answer to the question is yes. Did y'all actually eat food in her room that was like she would have wanted to eat it, but obviously she couldn't eat it, but y'all were eating it in the room because she's like,
It was like the same day that she passed, I
yeah,
think. We
because
ordered.
she's like acknowledging I would have wanted some of that. So it's like I would have wanted some of that. So it's like that. Like I not only heard y'all, I could smell the food, and y'all were messing with me. So yeah, she knows.
Okay,
She knows.
and number two,
Mhm.
there's been this ongoing undiagnosed neurological condition that I have. I just didn't know if she had any insight on that. It's undiagnosed at the moment.
Yeah. Do you remember falling off a swing set or falling off a tree when you were like 4 or 5?
I don't.
Okay. I kind of feel like this might actually be like a traumatic injury to the physical body and not a traditional neurological condition where either blood flow has been reduced or blood flow was reduced because of pressure, which reduced and affected your mental condition. So I feel like that's a contributing factor. You might need to,
Okay.
even though I wouldn't, I mean, go to a regular physician for this kind of because that's to go to, but I would also check with this a person bones alignment chiropractic
Yeah.
doctor because that may
Okay.
also release some of that pressure and possibly help to kind of reduce some of that if they understand where you're going with it.
Okay.
Okay,
And
that's it,
last
girl.
thing
I got to get going. Like,
oh, go for it. Thank you
yeah,
so much. I'll be
you're
in touch
welcome, mama. All right,
later.
sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
lady. All right, guys. Let me go to another person here. Um. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sonia. Can you see me and hear me?
I can see you, but how do I press the button again? The multi
Yeah,
button?
the multi. Yeah, push the multi, and then I think it'll open it up and give you options. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got it. Yes, I
Hi.
love knowing what I'm doing now because I didn't know what I was doing for the longest time. How you
I,
doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm good. I'm good. What did you want to ask me about? Actually, before you tell me anything, if you start to feel a little bit of pressure on the side of your breast, or you start to feel a little bit of tenderness or sensitivity, and it kind of feels, I wouldn't say it feels like a lump, but it feels a little bit like tender, go get
Yeah.
check with the doctor. It might just be something going on either with the muscle there, or there might be a fatty not a fatty tumor, but it might be like a fibroid or something like that that you just need to get followed up with. So if you start to feel something like that, get it checked.
That's so crazy. I literally have an appointment next week.
Perfect.
Wow.
Ask them about it, and I don't think it's anything serious, but I do think it's something that you should just be aware of.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you so much for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I guess I really just wanted a message from my dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's doing this. Is there a necklace or a pendant that's connected to him?
Yes.
Got it, because he's acknowledging that. He also, I feel like I'm seeing like a 3-dimensional version of him, but it's almost like, I don't know if it's in metal or in wood. Do you know if someone has made something like this that's connected to him? It's almost like if I were, okay, so there's two things I want to tie this into. So if I were going to carve something out of wood or something that looks like wood and it's supposed to represent dad, Or one time I had a client and her son, he kept showing me his face in metal, like the old gold, like the old coins back in the day where there was like someone's face in metal, but it wasn't a coin. She actually had his face molded in metal. He's showing me that, but then he's showing me like something that's carved in wood. Do you know if there's a little figurine or something that you associate with that, or you just you like that's dad and me when you were little? Because you know how sometimes they have those little figurines and there'll be like a male with a little girl, or there's something like that he's making reference to. So you don't know if there's a three-dimensional figure or something like that that's connected to dad?
No, not that I can think of right now. But I mean, I do have a photo of him like in like a wooden frame.
No, that's not it. This is
Okay.
like three-dimensional. So this is going to be like a little, like, I wish I had something. This is going to be like a figurine, but it's almost like a three-dimensional version of him, or it's like carved in wood, or it looks like it's been like,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's an identical image of him or if it's just a representation of him. Because sometimes some of these figurines, they don't even have faces. They just have like a carving and it makes it look like the person. So there's something like that he's making reference to. So just
Okay.
FYI, he showed me that. And he might even have a hat or a fishing thing with it because there's something to it that I want to tie into that. Do you
Okay,
know
well,
if your dad ever liked the ocean? Or God, do you ever like the ocean or like to fish?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say this is all kind of tying in together. So I want to say that there's a connection with him loving fishing. And the pictures of, are there two pictures of him where he was fishing? One where he's fishing and another where he actually caught something and he's holding it up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Does he show me that? And then there's this three-dimensional figure that he's making reference to. Um, do you know if Philip or Felipe or Phil sounding name is connected?
No.
I almost
Not that.
feel like I'm almost reminded. So like what I'm reminded of is like whenever like I know it's like first like with Filipino culture. Filipino culture is very there's a lot of similar names to like Hispanic culture, and I'm almost feeling like it's like a cross cultural name, but it's used in a different culture than what you would associate with it. So it's almost like there's a name like this, and I feel like it's either a nickname or a short name. And I want to say it's like either Philip or Phil or it's almost like a PH or F sounding.
I know. I can't. I'm not sure.
That's okay. It's
I'm
not.
sorry.
It's connected to. Thank you. This is connected to mom's side of the family. So your mom's side of the family, and then this Phil sounding name.
Daphne.
No, it would start with like a Phil sound. It would start with like a Phil sound.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm
Like
sorry.
Philip, Felipe, Phil, Felicia, like that. It's gonna be a name like that. It's Phil. It starts off with Phil. It's okay. It's on your mom's side of the family. But there's a person there. I was thinking it was male because I was thinking of a male's name. So just FYI, there's a Phil sounding name on your mom's side of the family that's there that your dad is trying to acknowledge being there as well. He also is doing this. It's funny, he's doing this with your mom. Could they be like cats and dogs to those two? They were not always on the same page, or they had issues with each other?
Yeah, there was like an issue at one point.
Okay.
But they really loved each other.
Okay. Do you know if your dad's family was kind of part of the contributing factor or caused some of the issues between your mom and your dad?
Yeah, at one point.
Okay.
Well, when they first were together, his parents didn't want them to get married, but he said, "No, I'm marrying her."
Okay.
And then eventually they came.
Yeah. Your grandma, your dad's mom is also passed, correct?
No, my mom's mom.
Nope, that's not what I'm thinking. I mean, it could easily be that grandmother, but I'm not thinking that's the person. I want to say this is on your dad's side. There's a female there that kind of stirred the pot a little bit. So either it was like a sister of your dad's, or it was like a sister of your grandmother. It's almost like I want to put it to your dad's family because they're just acknowledging. But there's a female who's passed on your dad's side who's wanting to apologize to your mom. So that's why she's trying to make her presence known. So just FYI with that. So FYI, and it's either like the mom's sister or a sister to your father. It's almost like a sister energy, or like it's a female on that side. Yeah, but it's a little bit. So I want to go above your dad's age range. Do you know if he had any issues with one of his fingers, or there was some something wrong with
Glass.
his finger?
Yeah, he had glass in his finger. So it kind of like he had like a little hump here on his
Okay,
finger.
got it. He's just pointing to his chest. Do you know if he was also having some difficulty with his heart function, or his heart was starting to give him trouble? It wasn't
No.
the cause of passing, but it was starting to give him trouble, or it was starting to cause some issues.
Yeah, I feel like he was getting anxiety attacks.
Okay, because it's almost like because the way I want to describe it is like whenever someone starts having like a lot of like digestive indigestion or heartburn, they don't know what's going on and they almost have like more of it than usual. But then he's also making it a little bit harder up here as well. I almost
Yeah.
feel like it's the idea of thank you.
Yeah, he would suffer with heartburn a lot, and he would.
Okay, I. He's pointing the finger at himself. Do you know if he contributed to his own passing?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you also know if this happened like right around the first of the year or like during the holidays?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he's showing me a holiday. Was there a holiday right around the timing that this happened?
No.
It would be like the Monday before he passed.
Can I tell you when he passed? Or you know?
Mm,
Because I don't think there was a holiday.
okay, because no, I don't want to.
But we created something that wasn't a holiday a week before.
Before he passed, was there like a celebratory event?
It was like a week or 2 weeks before, but it wasn't like it was something called prayers because I'm Hindu. So we would do like a prayers, just like a worshiping of the house or a blessing of the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be done at that time, or it's just something I decided to do with that at that time?
Just decided to do it.
Okay.
You just do it yearly.
I don't know if that's it. I mean, it
Yeah.
could be. I'm thinking of something else like Martin Luther King Day or like President's Day. Like it's one of those like holidays that like is not the main holiday of the year. Like Christmas is the main holiday of the year for some people or whatever. But this is like one of those days like Martin Luther King Day or like Veterans Day or like it's one of those minor holidays. And it would have been like the week before he passed. So there's something there that he's trying to show me or he's trying to acknowledge. It's almost. Do you also know if any part of his head or brain was affected?
No. It was.
Mm-mm. I'm feeling it. There's something where I feel like I'm hitting the side of my head or I'm feeling something hit.
He died on impact.
Okay.
So
did it affect the side of his body or was his head affected?
No. It looked like he didn't have a scratch on him, but I'm sure like when he hit, he probably, hit his head. But you're probably feeling the impact.
Did it come from the side? The impact?
I would, yeah, maybe.
Because here's what I'm doing. I'm going this way, and I feel like I'm feeling something, and then I'm feeling it hit from the side, and then I'm moving to the side.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, just so because this is the way he's making me feel it, and I'm feeling this hit on this side. So it might be just the jerking sensation he's making me feel, but that's how I'm feeling it is like that way. He's talking about the Monday before he passed. There is a date that might be a minor date, so you might need to look at your calendar because there might be.
He passed on a Sunday.
Show me the number 5. Do you know if the 5th of a month is significant or the month of May is connected?
No, but no.
It's either the 5th. I'm seeing the 5. The 5th of a month is connected, or the month of May is connected.
I was in 5th grade. I was in 5th grade when it happened.
No, that's not it. This is like the 5th of a month is significant, either birthday, death day, anniversary day, or the month of May is connected. And so he's acknowledging he's doubled it up now. So the month of May is the date, but there's a date of significance. There's 2 dates in May that he's talking about that are significant.
Well, there's so there's May 24th.
Okay.
which is my niece's birthday.
Okay. And then there's another date in May.
And May 12th is my fiance's birthday.
Okay, got it. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure this is Dad, and he's just trying to give me all these details or whatever like that. Did you get engaged after he passed?
Yes.
This is his way of trying to bring it up. So he's aware of the engagement. So he's just acknowledging, being aware of the engagement, and acknowledging that, and that he's aware of it. He's throwing a bunch of white flowers on you and petals, and it's almost like he's honoring you and trying to bless you. So it's almost like he's trying to make sure that you know that you're leaving and you have his blessing, is how he's coming across as well. He also is letting you know that he's going to send birds to you, specifically hummingbirds. So to look out for those, because those will be a sign from him as well. He's repeating your name. Now, it says right there Sonia, but is there another Sony or Sony?
Sony. That's
Okay.
my nickname, Sony.
Perfect. He's just trying to call you by your nickname. So he's just,
Yeah.
he's with you, sweetheart. He's with you, mama.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, darling. Look at that Monday right before, the week before you pass, because I feel like there's a minor date of some random significance. It's not like it's not a personal date. It's like one of those minor holidays.
Okay.
Okay? All right, sweetheart.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, you take care.
You too. Bye.
All right, where am I going at? Oh, I think I'm at my time. Yeah, I'm at my time, guys. So let me answer a couple more text versions, and then I will bounce off here because I want to make sure y'all. Let me look at Facebook, YouTube, and Supermom, hi Fernie. Will my online business be a success, or should I start something new? I can't tell you what to do because it's not my place to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. You got to make those decisions. I do think that it will be okay. I don't think you're going to be rich by it by any means, but I feel like you'll do okay. However, I only think you're going to stick with it for about 8 months, because then you get another opportunity through a friend to do even more money with an actual, I want to say it's a different business that they are tied to. And I think at that point, you'll end up going in that direction. Okay. Let me jump over here because I want to. Going over here. Juicy. Hey Franny, when will I conceive? Will it be a girl? I give it 11. It's either in November or 11 months from now, because I see 11 in my head. So it's either this November, or 11 months from now. And it actually might be a girl. So yeah, it might actually turn out to be a girl. Okay. Let's see. Made by me, Australia. Morning, Fernie. I would love to know how my appointment with the gynecologist will go next week. Also, I hope your mom is well. I feel like the appointment will go fine. I do think that your pH balance may be slightly off, and your reproductive system might be producing, so sound weird, guys, too much discharge, or there might be like more discharge than what would be typical. So they may give you medication to reduce it. I want to say it's more to do with like a bacterial situation, but I want to say it's like very specific. Sorry, guys, but it's like I feel like it'll go fine. But it's like the pH balance is off and it's throwing off some of the bacteria levels. So you might have to go on something for a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Lady Libra. Hi Franny, any messages for me? I have been experiencing some stuff going on in my room with my lights and door. So sometimes this can be an actual ghost, right? Sometimes this can be our own energy. Some of it is yours and some of it is an actual ghost, but I'm sorry, it's not a ghost, it's an imprint. What I mean by that is in certain properties, here's an example of this. So my grandfather lived in the same house for like 40, 50 years. And every single night around the same time, he would go to the bathroom and shuffle over to the bathroom and shuffle back. And so after he passed, my step grandmother would hear around the same time of the night, like clockwork, the same thing. That doesn't mean that was my grandfather. That was an imprint, meaning that he did it so consistently over such a long period of time that literally it's the energy of that experience, the information and experience itself is kind of burned into that space. And we can call that an imprint. And unless someone comes and clears it, it will pretty much remain there. So if people move in to that property, they may think that they have a ghost. It's not a ghost, it's just an imprint. And so that's one thing. And so what I feel is happening, and she used to hear stuff like in the bathroom, so it was just an imprint. It wasn't my grandfather using the bathroom every single night. So with your door, I want to say that the door incidents are that. It's just an imprint. And you might just need to do a bit of a clearing. So it is connected to someone that existed or that lived, but it doesn't feel like it's a ghost actually doing it. The lights flickering is you, because you've been experimenting and trying to open up more, and you might not be doing enough to properly balance your energy. And so some of your own anxieties, worries, and craziness is starting to express outside of itself. And so that's you, that's your astral version starting to like have all these like reactions. So that's a part of it is you. Okay. All right. Emily, will I receive a job soon? Give it about 4.5 months. So it might take about 4.5 months. I also think it might be part-time. It does feel like it could turn into a full-time job, but you might have to like complete a contract for like a 3 or 4 month period, and then it could turn into a full-time job, because at first you may not want to do it because it is part-time. So just FYI, okay? All right, guys, I love you all. I will be back on Friday. So I will see y'all on Friday, okay? Bye, everybody. Love you.